Welcome everyone. My rest number is URK17CS174 and today we'll be looking at the ninth experiment in the Android programming lab. So this experiment involves two concepts. One is sending an SMS using an Android app and also content providers to retrieve basic data like contacts. So let us look at the main activity first. So this is the design, fairly basic design. We just have two edit texts and two buttons. So first the user has to enter a number here and click send OTP. When they receive the OTP, they're supposed to enter it here and verify the OTP. So let's look at the Java code for this. So we will declare the variables and find all the elements on screen. And this is the part where we take runtime permission from the user to access and send SMS. Um, so when the user clicks allow, then the app will be authorized to send the SMS. So for the first button, we'll set the on-click listener, uh, and what happens is basically you start an intent and you set it to main activity dot class, and you use the pending intent and you get activity. And what happens is basically you put this intent as the argument for this pending intent, and then we're going to take the phone number, and using random, which is a class in Java, it's going to generate a 4-digit number. Now this string format is used to generate 4-digit numbers, and then we're going to create an SMS manager object which is going to get default, and then we're going to send a text message. Now this ph is taken from the text field, SE address is null, and we're going to send a sentence here. OTP is, and the OTP that we've generated using random, and we're going to use the pending intent. Delivering intent, we're not using anything, so we'll leave it at null. So this will send the message. Now to verify the OTP, basically from the second text box, we are going to take the number, and we will check if whatever was entered is equal to this OTP. Now since this OTP is indeed static, so it is going to just get compared outside in this method, and if it is, then we're going to start a new intent into the second activity, which is the greeting send. So let's look at that. So this is the second screen wherein a user can send a greeting to one of his or her contacts. So this is basically a field to enter in the phone number, but this, using this button, they can also select a contact directly and use that to send a message. So, and this is basically the greeting message that they want to send. So after clicking this, the user will be able to send the message. So the starting, we're just going to find all the elements on the screen, and we're going to request the permissions again. So for the first button, which is basically the greeting send, what is going to happen is we're going to get both the text fields content. So we're going to get the phone number, who's the recipient, and also the message. We're going to start SMS manager object again, and we're going to send the text message using the phone number and the message and the pending intent that we've created here. And then we're just going to toast that the message is sent successfully. Finally, this is the button for the content provider, which is going to allow us to look through the phone's contacts and select a contact for being the recipient of the message. So we're just going to start an intent on action pick. So this will allow us to pick which contact to send to. And then we're going to send it to contacts, contract, common data kinds, and phone. So, and this method will be called finally, which is start activity for result. And finally we have to override this method, which is on activity result. So this is basically the result of what happens when a contact is selected from the contact picker. So we're just going to check if request code is equal to pick code and result code is result okay, and then we are going to take the URI of the data, and then we're going to resolve it using the get content resolver, and we're going to put it in a cursor. So the only argument that we're using here is the URI, which we previously get. Everything else is null. And finally, if the cursor is not null and there is a first element in the cursor, we're going to retrieve it using cursor.getColumnIndex, and we're going to set that in E1, which is our phone number field. So that should allow us to take the contact properly. So here we're just going to show a small demo. So I'm going to send it to my other number so that I get my OTP properly. So I'm sending OTP now, and as you can see I've got the OTP, which is 8619, and I'm going to verify it. So as soon as I verify, I am allowed to log in. So we can normally enter a phone number here and send a message. Otherwise, what we can do is we can select a contact. So this is going to bring me to all my contacts that I have, and I'm just going to select one contact, and as you can see, whichever contact I selected, that person's number is now on the text field. And I can say something like happy birthday, so I can send a greeting, and when I click send, the message is sent successfully. As you can see, happy birthday has come to my other number, so that shows that the app is indeed working properly. So that is the end of the ninth experiment in the Android programming lab. Thank you.